Hello, this is Justin Land, and welcome to our podcast, Philosophibe. And my first guest is Isabelle Zimmerman, or Zimmerman, if you would like to use the English.
Either way, it doesn't matter how you say my last name.
Very nice. I'm excited. This is, I don't really know you, but I do know you through our Joshua connection on the teaching of Joshua, both in boot camp, and I'm positive that we're supposed to at some point have a real, somewhat physical, virtual conversation.
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
So what did you think? So I did Gary's. So just for you folks who are not aware about Joshua's teachings started, I think, late or 2017. Oh, 2016, probably November of 2016. And Gary Temple Bodley has written several books about law of attraction. And what attracted me to Joshua's teachings was it was really practical and it was very in-depth. And so I'm a very sciencey kind of girl, and I am a mad researcher. And so when I stumbled upon his podcast, it was because I have a commute to work. So I travel like about 45 minutes an hour each way, back and forth every day to work. And you can learn anything on YouTube, and you can listen to so many wonderful podcasts out there. And I had been listening to Roberta Grimes' True Reality, or I can't even remember her show's name, but she was this lawyer who studied the afterlife. And it was recommended to me by my chiropractor, believe it or not, because I was writing a young adult fiction novel. And I had, for writing this novel, it was about fairies and quantum science and angels. So I've did a lot of research over a 5 to 9 year period of time. So I personally studied quantum science or quantum physics. And I was just so fascinated by the subject. And when the lawyer was interviewing these doctors and scientists on her show, I really, really liked it. And I had uncovered that the very highly educated people understood there was a lot more going on than what the average person, I would say, understood.
Absolutely.
So I burned through all her podcasts, and I was looking for a new podcast, and that's when I stumbled upon Teachings of Joshua Roundtable. And I really liked it because it was very practical, and it would give like a question and answer. Now, a lot of people in the community had already known about Esther Hicks, who wrote, I did read the book, The Secret, but I never followed Abraham. And so on these podcasts, they would, or in the spiritual community, they would talk about Abraham Hicks or Esther Hicks, Abraham, law of attraction. But at that point of the time, I was still not interested. Like, I was really okay. Gary channeling non-physical entities, it didn't freak me out. I was just like, all right, because when you learn in science, energy cannot be destroyed. It can't be created nor destroyed. So I knew we were energy. So you wouldn't be able to have like a pacemaker. You wouldn't be able to be read in an fMRI machine, which, scans your body because it reads the electromagnetic fields. So I understood scientifically that we were made of energy. So perfect sense to me that we wouldn't be destroyed. And so I, at that moment, understood we were eternal and that there was a lot of we were energies, we were beings of energies. And of course, I had studied, which is funny because at the time I really did think angels were mythology.
Mhm.
channel angels. So now I know they're not fictitious
Mhm.
and not man-made.
Did
Uh,
you channel them? Sorry, did you channel them before or after you got in touch with
no,
Gary?
after,
Okay.
after. But
Okay.
it's interesting because like I would have to say on this journey of mine, everything that I thought was mythology or mythical or fantasy is turning out to be true. And I'm like, wow, that is just so funny. It's so funny. I find it very ironic, to be
It
honest.
is. You know that show, Game of Thrones? It's that funny because it's about a world. I mean, you're familiar with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Well, the most people do not believe in magic, but magic exists, and it's kind of funny how, it feeds into what our world is too. We have people who really believe in magic and live it,
Yes.
and others think that it's reality is just really real. It's all physical, and these beliefs can exist side by side, and there's no necessarily real contradiction. You can go about your life, but yeah, you can talk to fairies and non-physical beings and find quite a bit of wisdom there. And I think the message is the most important thing. That's that we're all one. We're being guided in every moment. We
Yes.
have animals who love us unconditionally.
Yes. That's Bijou.
Nice to meet you, bijou. It's nice. That's a bijou is a jewelry in French, right?
Yes. Little gem.
Little gem.
Little
Nice.
gem.
Actually, on a side note, right before we started this podcast, you were about to tell me something. You were communicating with me as if we or you. What did you exactly mean?
Oh, so
Yes.
I communicate with a lot of non-physical entities.
Okay.
And so I will say they or we or them or my peeps. Uh,
Okay.
my friends, my team. I'm in constant contact with
Mm.
non-physical entities. So when you raise your vibration, we all have this ability. It's just like dolphins are able to communicate in clicks and squeaks, and humans are able to communicate with vowels and consonants. We are also able to connect with our non-physical entities, our guides, our inner being. There's a whole world out there to be rediscovered and remembered. And it's just that when I would equate it to there are humans who are very good at math, right?
Right.
And when we see a child that's a prodigy of math, we're like, ooh, let's send them to college. Ooh, let's send them to MIT in the
Mhm.
States. When a child is psychic, we kind of get scared. And, 100 years ago ish, we would burn them at the stake. So it's okay. It's just fear. It's just everyone has a natural ability of intuition. It's acceptable in our society to have a gut feeling, like a mother's intuition about their child. If their child is sick, and even though the mom is not in front of that child, that mama can say, my kid is sick. I'm going to the school, right? And that's
Right.
acceptable. We're thinking, oh, she's in tune with her mom. That's a good mom. That's a good mom, right? And so that's okay. We're okay with her being listening to her intuition, which is her guides, her team, her angels and guides are telling her that her child needs her. It's acceptable for the army or the military around the globe to have a soldier detect their enemies in the field. So the Native American Indians used to grow out their hair very long, and they would use their hair as an antenna to feel the enemies behind the rocks and trees. So
Wow. Is that why they had long hair?
finished.
It would
Yes,
go. Okay, I did not know that.
yes, yeah,
It had a functional reason as well. I was like,
that's
that's
right.
very
Yeah.
cool.
So there are military soldiers that
Mhm.
can sense their enemies, right? Not physically see them, but can sense that field, right?
Yes.
All have the ability to read it. And we admire police officers who say, I just have a gut about this. I just have a gut feeling about this, right?
Yes.
Catch the perpetrator or the killer, right? And we're like, oh, he's such a good detective, right? So
Yep.
there are areas in society that our fear level is acceptable to have psychic ability. Now, I want everyone to experience psychic ability and develop that psychic ability because it's a very loving frequency. And why wouldn't I want you to have more love in your life and more light in your life? Connected and talk telepathically. Why not? Right?
I see no
Nothing
reason.
to be afraid of. It's just a series of little steps. It's, reducing your fear. It's practicing. It's playing with tarot cards. There are many exercises to do to expand your mind, to move the energy, and to tap into the field. And that field is subtle energy. And when you put your focus and your intent and you learn to breathe through your heart, well, then you get to do magic. But there's science behind it,
I don't know. I guess maybe we should mention that this morning I had the inspiration to reach out to you, and at that moment there was a little piece of paper with, on my table because I have kids, and it had this colored. Where did I get the and I started just coloring it. I think either right before or after I messaged you, and I noticed that is somewhat. I didn't know you before. I didn't know your website. I'm looking at the website now, and it's actually your logo seems to be very similar. And it's just something I was doing. I didn't even really feel really inspired because I didn't finish it. But the colors kind of match. It's purple and
it
yellow.
does. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see if I can share my screen.
Yeah, of course. If you already have it up, it'd be cool.
Attracting.
Do some mention. We should definitely mention your website because that's your
yeah.
your baby.
So I have a Facebook page, Attracting Wisdom, on Facebook, and a group. So hold on. I think this will be really good to show.
See if it technically works out.
See how the inspiration happen. Go back to Zoom. Here we are, and let me share. And I'm going to share my desktop. Here we go. So here's the logo he was seeing right there. And then I'll go to Facebook.
I mean, I was seeing it, obviously. I mean, I was doing it. I had the object in front of me. It's not exactly your logo, of course, but of all the things that I fill in at that moment, because I don't color, I'm not a coloring person. It was just because
no,
my
well,
kids left
and it's hard to see, because, oh wait, hold on, this might be easier.
There's your Facebook site, yeah. It's right there. It's perfect, actually. But do you want to make it bigger, you're saying? Or
I can show. Hold on, going to my pictures.
And it looks like it's the flower of life. What is it called? The flower of
it's
life?
The flower of life. But
exactly.
Here you go. Here's my logo here too. Zoom. Here we go. Can you see? Can you see my logo?
Just I see it on the Facebook banner. I don't see the zoomed.
All right. So let me go stop share.
Sorry, but I think that they got whoever was watching. They should definitely go to your website.
There we go.
Anyways,
how's this?
Oh, that's beautiful. Wow.
There you go. So do you see how similar yours is?
Yeah, in the middle. What is that again? That's Metatron's.
That's Metatron. Yep.
Yeah, that. Obviously, I picked this up. I'll show it again, but I picked it up at the school.
Yeah.
yesterday for my kids, and it was amongst several. And I got it for my kids to color, and they wouldn't have Metatron's cube necessarily
No.
in a first grade's classroom,
Yeah.
but it's pretty cool how this. So this is how I guess inspiration works. It has,
That's right.
you do things because you're moved to it, but not because you know the reason why you're not doing it necessarily. And it's kind of cool to, just be curious and not to think you should be doing something else, because there's, you never know what's lying behind. It's only our angels, our guides, they would, of course, and they wanted us, of course, to talk today. And for some reason, it worked out, which is pretty fascinating because you had time and I had time. And
That's true.
awesome. Yeah,
That's very
awesome.
true.
Yeah.
So that is following inspiration. So this is a very good, like out of all the drawings that you picked, that's the one you picked. And that's just the amount you colored, right?
And right colors too, purple and
The right
gold.
colors. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you reached out to me. And I happen to be home today, working
Yes.
from home, where tomorrow I wouldn't be. So I had waited on acting on your inspiration. I'm not saying that we wouldn't have gone together, but see how easy it flowed. And
Definitely.
that's what I would like for our listeners to understand, that if you can act on that inspiration when you receive it, it unfolds very easily. So they send me a lot of inspiration, and sometimes I act on it and sometimes I don't. But I know that if they really want me to bring it forth, they send it to me over and over and over again. For example, I knew I was going to do my own podcast. I said, okay, so I channeled the name Attracting Wisdom.
Great name.
Created my intro and outro to my podcast, and I had no content. And it till a year later,
Wow.
I knew what my podcasts were going to be about.
Wow. I mean, I guess you were just not ready yet. I mean, you were.
No,
Yeah.
because they wanted, I thought I was going to interview scientists, because like I'm into cymatics and sacred geometry and whatnot. Like I said, I'm a sciencey kind of girl. And I had interviewed some scientists, believe it or not, and I had recorded some conversations, but I never posted it. I don't know, like there wasn't focus on it, right?
Yes.
And then I was at work, and Dolores Cannon kept on coming up into my reality, like books. I would go on YouTube. I would see this little older lady with curly hair, videos, and I'd be like, okay. And then my friend Jenny, she's like, oh, I want to be a QHHT therapist. And I went, what's QHHT? And she's like, it's quantum healing hypnosis. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. Good for you, Jenny. You go ahead and do that. And I'm at work, and I got the inspiration to go on their or Facebook page. And so I went on their Facebook page, and they were doing a live event. And that's why I could never find the video again. So they were doing a live event, and they had this man on the stage, and he sounded like Joshua. Oh, he's channeling. And I said, all right, well, maybe I'll look into QHHT, because I wasn't personally interested in past lives, because I feel this life is the most important. And so
Is that the most, so the idea of this QHCT, right?
QHHT, yep.
QHHT, very
That's all right, or just
acronym.
past life regressions.
Past life regression. So it's quantum. Obviously, there is no time. So
That's right.
Our past lives are actually our present connections.
Yes.
And what the, I guess, the idea is we kind of let go of those that don't serve us anymore, or let them do
So
their
you
thing.
expand. So
Okay.
your lives, humans would think linear,
Hmm.
like you to think spherical, and
Right.
you are a vibration of energy. In all the lives you have ever lived, in all the dimensions, in all the worlds, are making up you,
Hmm.
are a ball of energy. And when we visit a past life, we're just going to keep that terminology, but another life at another time, we gain insight of your soul work, because it's always about the soul work.
Yes.
A lot of humans are not aware that they have soul work, but
Mhm.
soul is completely aware of the work to be done.
Or soul work or soul fun, maybe. I don't know. I don't like the word work too much.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, it depends where you are
Yeah.
in the journey.
What,
But
what, so
yes,
what, how would that work? So you're saying you put people under through hypnosis?
right. So I put you in a theta brainwave state, and the theta
Mhm.
brainwave state is the brainwave right before you go to sleep.
Okay.
Can still speak to you and you can still speak to me, but you're very relaxed. And why I do that is because I have to get you past your ego.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. And so I just relax you
Mm.
and we drift on a cloud. And then when you are down, you're in another life.
You're doing it to me now, aren't you?
Yeah. No, no, no. It would take longer.
No, but you
But
have a good voice for that. I get
yeah,
that how
so
that.
that's the hypnotic voice. And it's always a very collaborative universe. Your inner being and your guides will drop you into the life they want you to see.
Mm.
So I never know where we're going to go, what you will be, what
Mm.
you'll have. And because I'm connected with my guides, sometimes I'll get the inspiration on what to ask or when to move you. And sometimes I get to see what you're experiencing.
How often does that work,
I love it
actually?
when they do that.
I mean, so how often can you get somebody to put their ego aside and get into the theta state where they're really it,
Pretty often. I mean,
okay.
every once in a while, I'll get a client that might take a couple of sessions to
Mhm.
go under. I'm a very gentle instructor to teach you how to swim. So, I always like to tell my clients first to listen to my podcast, because they get to hear other people's sessions and other people's experiences,
We'll
right?
put that up at the end of the video, all the links to your
Yeah.
website and
So,
podcasts, and
yeah, so you can
you
listen
can
to
look
the
there.
podcast.
Or underneath, sorry,
So,
this is YouTube. It's down
yes,
below.
YouTube. Yeah. Uh, but you can find, if you just do a search on attracting wisdom, you'll find it.
Mhm.
Um, so when a client comes to me, I will say, I will talk to them and see where they are and their level of beliefs. And then if I believe they need a little more understanding, I would recommend them listen to my podcasts first.
Mhm.
Then once they understand that they are eternal and there's so much more going on than they physically see and feel and touch, then I will put them under. If your inner being will always work with you energetically. And so I love it when brand new clients will say, "Oh my God, I see colors. Oh my gosh,
Mm.
feel energy." And
Right.
yes, that's your guides working with you. And
Nice.
but when they go under and they experience their past lives and they speak to their guides or channel their inner being, they really understand they're never alone. And
Mhm.
it's, this is how I describe it. when you were a child and you heard about love from not your mom and dad or sisters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Heard about love and you heard about somebody telling you about their first kiss. You
Mm-hmm.
hear it and you're like, I think I want to experience that, but it's a story. But when you experience your first kiss, when you experience the first time you fall in love, right? You're like, oh my gosh, my hands are sweating. My heart is racing. This is what they were talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're forever changed by that moment because you experienced it. So people who are listening or watching on this channel, they haven't experienced it, or maybe they have. I don't know where they are in their journey. But whether you seek me out or seek someone else out, seek, play, have that experience, go under. Once you know you're never alone and that you have so much love and guides helping you on this journey, who cares who it's with? Just do it.
True.
Yes.
Yeah,
Get lots of kisses out there. Play
exactly.
the field.
I have to ask, I mean, can you, so when the person's under, they're closing their eyes and they're talking to you, or
Yeah,
you're talking to
it's
their
almost like,
oversoul.
yeah, it's like a guided meditation. It's
Mm-hmm.
like a guided meditation. Like I've done it with Astrid and Kimberly from Wings of Light. So I work with a lot of psychics too
Mm-hmm.
who channel, and they're like, oh, it's so weird. They're like, I can't move my arms. I'm like, yeah, I know. Because
Wow.
in the state, right? So when you fall asleep, your body
Mm-hmm.
is very still, right? Because you don't want to,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that's what I do. I play.
It's a, I mean, I one time had a hypnotist, how do you say, visited us, Curiosities, like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was, I guess, on Groupon or something, and so I got to try it out, 50% off. And I went there. It was cool. I mean, but it was, he just, I was in a awake state and he was just telling me to think about like going out of a castle or the basement upstairs, and then from flying carpet, and then fly to a place anywhere in the world where I feel absolute peace, and then to be there and to feel that. And he gave me this kind of, feeling that I could always have that, go to that place in my mind. But I never, it
Mm,
wasn't like what you're doing. It was,
right.
I was not in a really hypnotic state. He told me he didn't, like, Darren Brown, for instance, perhaps he's also a mentalist, hypnotist, but he
Yeah.
does it for a different reason, more for show.
Right. Where I'm
And
opening up
yeah,
your psychic door.
yeah,
Like if you're attracted to me and you reach
mhm,
out to me, I'm telling you right now, I'm opening up your psychic door.
yeah.
Like, yeah, your life will never be the same again. Just be
Nice.
I
Oh,
do
I'm
healing.
excited. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like this is. I'm excited to see what this opens up for me. I mean, obviously, it already did something, and I've had, of course, to get to the law of attraction and seeing synchronicity and Joshua's teachings. I've experienced that this is a dream world, and anything is possible. And it's really kind of like you said. Do I think it's all there? Just like what do we want to play with? Do you want to play with, you know, stones and blocks of wood
Right.
and work hard to build something, or you want to use ideas and energies and
Yeah.
non-physical beings to kind of guide you smoothly through what they even know better what you want than what you want. But you don't know what you want like they know what you want, because they have a higher
Yeah.
perspective. And that's a very interesting for us. It's like we're cut off intentionally, and to reestablish a connection that was always there. We have to use some sort of vehicle of sometimes, and that's what you're using, a really nice vehicle to connect people with their higher self, because
Yes. And
yeah.
you don't have to use me. I'm just a modality. Um, I always like to say I'm your guide to your universe. but or a Julie McCoy from Love Boat, if any of you guys ever watched that show.
I remember that show. Who was she? Which one was?
She was just the cruise director.
She was happy all the time. Was she one of those?
She was happy all the time. She was the cruise director. She would
I
help.
like the bartender. The bartender was cool.
Isaac. Yep. Isaac
just-
was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great show.
So, you know, I'm just a facilitator,
Mhm.
guiding you through your experience. But the most important thing is for you to open up that psychic door. That's why I do 3 sessions.
Mhm.
The first session, it's funny. There's always like a little doubt, even for me when I had my first session. Like, did I make that up? Did I see that? But then you feel different. You know, you're changed.
Mhm.
Second session, which my guides always tell me when to reach out for the person's second session, because they're always like, well, do I see you next week? Do I see you next month? When do I see you again? Or, you know, schedule another visit, because I'm remote. And I'm like, for you, I think a month, or, you know.
What can I I mean,
No.
this is like a wonderful opportunity. I mean, could we give people a bit of a taste of what you do? I mean, with me, could you just like a little, is there anything we could
So,
show the public?
so to get you under,
Oh,
yeah, to get you under, they might be hypnotized too.
oh, really? Well,
Yes.
why not? Is that actually against YouTube regulation?
Well, there are guided meditations
I don't care. I don't care
on
about
YouTube
rules. I don't care
on
about
to get you with your facilitator. But the reason why we wouldn't do a group hypnosis to your past lives, because I can't hear them ask the questions. I can't tell them. I don't know where they're going to land. So if you listen to the podcast, you'll hear me say, I want you to look down. I want you to tell me, you know, do you have feet? Some, depending on your session, you may not have feet. Be an alien.
Yes.
I have to ask the next question. Well, what do you see? Are we on a spaceship? Are we in outer space? Are we in water? Are we in a planet? Are we in a human life? Are you a woman? Are you a man? Are you a child? Are you young, old? Are you healthy? And these questions, when I quickly ask these questions, it's to trick your ego. So when I go into a past life, I'm really deepening you also. And then after we go through several lives, we'll go to 2 to 3 lives. And I will always ask, do you want to be moved? Do you want to go to another life? And then I ask to speak to your higher self. And I always ask permission. So it's a very interactive thing. We can certainly meditate and open your heart center, and that and you might feel a tingling in your heart. You might feel your heart chakra activate. And I will, so I got certified in heart math. And the reason why heart math, if you go to heartmath.com or heartmath.org, if you go to the org, heartmath.org, there's all the science papers, all the white papers that the science have done. And some of the scientists were German, by the way. A lot of scientists are very interested in the heart rate frequency and electromagnetic spectrum and energy, and everything is frequency and vibration. A lot of people have probably heard about that, but it really is true, my friends. And where you put your focus, you can influence your physical reality.
Well, so this is a wonderful, maybe a kind of thing we can then do the meditation and for the viewers as well, and you know, see what happens. I think people would benefit from that. Just like a short little.
So this is if anyone who is watching this, if you can play along with me just for the next month and do this every day to the best of your ability, I would be so delighted. And it should only be 3 minutes of your day. And I want you, including you, Justin, you are going to give me a time where you are going to do this every day. So,
Right now. Okay.
yes, I want you to think of your day. Is
Mm-hmm.
it best for you to meditate right before you get out of the car and you walk into your house? Is it best for you to meditate right when you wake up?
When I wake up, that's clear to me that I'm a morning
Okay, so
person. So
before you get out of bed,
exactly.
to connect with your heart
Mm-hmm.
every day to the best of your ability for at least 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right, so this is what I want you to do. So tomorrow morning, I will message you and I will say, did you do it?
Okay. Wow. You're a good
Okay.
coach then.
All right, so this is what you need to do. I want you to
Okay.
close your eyes. I want you to take 3 grounding breaths. So here we go. Great. Now just breathe naturally, a little deeper, a little slower. And I would like for you to imagine that you are breathing through your heart center area. You can imagine it as a light. You can imagine as a lung. It matters not, but just imagine you breathing through your heart. Very nice. Now just keep on breathing. Connect with your heart. And now I would like for you to bring in a feeling of appreciation or happiness. It could be the sunrise, a sunset, a pet, a child, your loved one. Just bring in that feeling of love and appreciation. And I would like for you to imagine that feeling going down from your mind, down your face, down your neck, to your heart. And bring in that feeling to your heart. And imagine that love expanding out from your heart. Feel it radiate throughout your body. That wonderful, loving feeling. Feel it expand from your heart out to your arms, down to your stomach, up your neck, down your legs. Feel it radiate from top to bottom. And you might even feel your feet tingle with love. And you might even feel your crown chakra opening up. And allow this wonderful feeling of love to radiate through your body. And know that you are connected. And we are all connected. And just enjoy this feeling and allow this feeling to warm you throughout your being. And when you're ready, you can allow your eyes to flutter open when you're ready.
Wow. Very nice. Very good. I have to get you on for your voice is so perfect for that, so uplifting and but if I'm doing the meditation in my bed, I have to
Yes,
do my own voice.
I'll have to record an audio file.
That would be awesome.
On attracting wisdom for everyone.
3-minute meditation. I mean, the people I'm sure would love it.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the perfect voice for that. And
Yeah.
thanks. I mean, I do. Yeah, you can definitely, feel, uplifting and.
Yeah. And did you feel any tingling?
Yeah, definitely in my head and my spine and a little bit of my hands and my feet. Yeah, definitely.
So that's energy work.
Nice.
You experienced is not your imagination,
Mhm.
is actually activating energy within you. Some people call it prana, some people call it chi. It doesn't matter what we call it, it's your energy. And so, yes, you're activating energy within you, and that allows more light in you. And when you allow more light in you, well, now you get to be psychic,
Mhm.
play, and connect to way much more. So
Mhm.
I hope that inspires all of you to do it for at least 3 minutes. It also changes your brain mapping. There's a lot of scientific data on anxiety and stress. So if you connect with your heart every day for 3 minutes, your brain is literally changed. They've done a lot of studies around that, and you can see that, and you will have reduced anxiety and stress, even if your psychic ability doesn't turn on.
It's awesome, Isabel. I think this is a wonderful note to maybe end this episode on. And I'm excited and hopeful that we can do another one and
Of
expand upon
course.
these other ideas. And I'm very thankful for your time and how you let yourself be led by inspiration. And we both were, I guess, our guides got us even, maybe I just came, maybe the most important thing was that heart meditation for me, that's, how would I have
Yeah.
known? How would I have known? But you did a great job. And I'm hoping that the few viewers that may be watching this, that even one will go to your website or,
Yeah.
watch,
Or
listen to
share
your
this
podcast,
episode.
share the episode. Exactly. And we have to also give, once again, thanks to the teaching of Joshua and the Abundance Bootcamp. I'll put the link in the description because otherwise we would not have known about each
Yes.
other. So that's a wonderful thing. And I have to say one more thing. You're in Connecticut, which is where I'm from originally. I'm
You're
living in,
kidding.
yeah, I live in Leipzig, Germany now, but my family or my mom and stepfather still live in Gales Ferry, Connecticut. Do you know Gales Ferry? You've heard of it?
I think that's up north. Is that by
No, no,
Massachusetts?
Ledyard.
Oh,
It'd be
okay.
in London, yeah,
Wow.
southeast. That's cool. But yeah, again, another synchronicity that shows that things are going on that behind the scenes, and
Yes.
it's a beautiful thing. Our biographies actually do not. We're always looking for like people we bet say like quantum, how long we've known somebody in this physical existence, but it's on a quantum level that's irrelevant. It's an energetic thing, and biography is a bit secondary. But
It's true. Yes.
yeah, cool.
That's
Then,
great.
so I want to say goodbye to you and our guest on Philosophive, and you're very welcome to come
Excellent.
back on our podcast.
All right. Well, until then, thanks everyone.
All right. Bye.